How's it going, everybody? It's Jayzinho.
Am I on a game show?
We are back, man. Look, I only want high energy around here. We're back with another episode of the Footy Culture Podcast. Welcome. You know, do the duties. Hit subscribe, drop a like, drop a review on iTunes and Spotify. But yeah, I'm going to get right into it, guys. Is Jude Bellingham the most disrespectful player in football? Because let me preface a little bit.
Yeah, what happened?
Real Madrid, Osasuna on the weekend. It was a draw. But the main draw of the game was the Jude Bellingham fiasco. And what happened exactly? Essentially, he told the ref to F off. It sparked so much controversy. You know, Jude Bellingham, he might be a bratty player, man. He's gotten away with it a couple times this season because, you know, obviously he's English. He speaks English. Spanish referees do not. So maybe that's giving him some freedom to cuss, but he finally got the short end of the stick this time around and he got sent off and he was flabbergasted. But is he the most disrespectful player in football? Let me know.
All I got to say is when someone is accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression.
Damn,
That's deep,
man.
That was deep. That's
all I got to
go
say,
into
bro.
detail. Like, what do you mean by that?
The most evilest institution in football. They cheat 100 times. And the one time it goes against them, they get mad about it. A red card offense can happen if you swear, insult the referee. The referee was insulted, and in this case, Jude was sent off. Whether it was FU or F off, that is still deemed offensive to the referee, which is why he got sent off. Why Jude was complaining, I don't know. He does this many times. We've even heard like the microphones in one of the games. It might have been one of the CL games or a La Liga game.
It was
like
against
a week or two ago.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, there
Atletico
you go.
Madrid.
The microphone picked up him saying, "Oh, F off" or whatever to the linesman, and nothing, right? Like the linesman could have told the referee, "Oh, he said this. I found this offensive." He could have got sent off, but ended up saying whatever he said, and he got sent off. Was he being a brat about it? 100%. Will he continue being a brat? Probably.
I think there's gonna have to be a new saying of instead of Barca brats, gonna be La Liga brats because it seems like this whole league's just filled with brats. Bellingham would have got away with that maybe in the Premier League because they get told to F off or F you all the time because they're all English there. They all say the same thing. You could literally read every one of those English players' lips. Do it every week. But in Spain, it's different. I feel like he doesn't think that they understand what he's saying most of the time. So he could get away with it. This one obviously understood. I feel like most of them understand, but this one understood and took it personal. He took it personally. So he's like, you know what? Why am I going to have this from this young English lad that's being a little bit of a brat towards me? Let's give him a red. Send them off. Honestly, I think this should happen more. There's too much disrespect towards the ref. That's the hardest job in the world of football. But yeah, stop disrespecting the refs. That should definitely be a red card. And I'm usually back in Real Madrid here, so
Why?
because I hate Barca.
You know what I think? He finally got what he deserved. Jude Bellingham, you've been on this freaking road where you've been cussing out every single person, every single ref, thinking you get away with it because you're English and they speak Spanish. That one ref that actually finally said no, gave you the red card. And you deserve it, 110%. Not even just him. Real Madrid in general have always been, you know, very, very pushing the ref. You see Vinny Jr. as well. He's always running to the ref, always cussing at him, always have something to say to him. The one time the ref actually does what he's supposed to do, they go crazy. And even Ancelotti at the press conference after the game, what did he say? He said, I shouldn't even talk. If I talk, I won't even be at the game next game. So Madrid, they've always had this in their head where they think that they're the victims all here and there. Now they're saying Barcelona are getting, you know, the favoritism from the refs. Come on, man. Relax. Finally, that happens to you. Now you're getting angry. Come on.
Okay. Do you agree with it before I ask another question?
I mean, the funny thing, they released the footage, the hidden camera footage, and we saw what happened. And Jude, he was condescending because he was like, I'm going to be respectful, but F off.
Yeah.
So not really respectful in that sense. And yeah, he's an arrogant, cocky player, man. Jude Bellingham. You were once the English sweetheart, the sweetheart of Borussia Dortmund, and you're a brat, man.
Sounds like you got a crush on him, low key, bro.
You know what it is too? Like it's true. Like he had PR that would actually help him out. And oh, I didn't say this. He didn't mean to say this. But like now that he's in England, he's not in
Spain.
England, and he's in Spain. He's gonna get away with anything nowadays, and it's so nice and finally to see that we won't tolerate this stuff in La Liga. This isn't allowed. Just because you might be the face of the league or one of the faces of La Liga, can't get away with that stuff, man. And that's what he deserves. And you know what? Good for him.
The thing is, a lot of people were saying that this should have been a yellow card offense. But if you check the rules, shout out to Fairly Odd Parents, in Law 12, it says, according to FIFA rules, a player can be issued a red card for using offensive, insulting, or abusive language towards the referee, meaning that swearing at the ref can result in a direct ejection from the game.
Yeah, I feel like this ref might have, I don't know how many times he's ref Jude, but I feel like this is not the first time because him giving that red looked like he was angry about it. Like he was, he was mad. Red card. Like, yeah, you could give a yellow for it. I think it's up to the ref. Like he could choose yellow or red, I think like you said there. But he looked like he had anger behind that. But I want to ask a question. How many matches should he be banned for this red card?
Well, if we're going off of what happened to Lewandowski last season, where he rubbed his nose like this and got a 3-game suspension, it should be around the same, no?
3 games? How about you guys?
Hey, comparison. That's the only thing I could do in this scenario. Same league, same set of officials. Give him 3 games, man. You can't disrespect the people running the game. They're the lawmakers of the game. They're the law enforcers of the game.
And I just find it so funny. Like Jay said, you can't go and say, sorry, no disrespect, and then go disrespect someone after that. That's exactly what he did. And who remembers what happened to Hansi Flick when he got that red card? That was worse. That was more outlandish than this. He got a red card because he went like this to a ref after VAR took so long and the whole situation. He was walking away and he did this. And he got a red card. Meanwhile, freaking Jude Bellingham gets a red card for actually swearing at the ref. I think he should get two matches at least.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
For me, I think it depends on the extent of the what they're saying. Like Jude's personally, I know he told it to F off, but I think that's only one. Obviously, if you took it a little bit further, then you could go higher. But there was also one in the championship that it was one player being racist to another player. So it's kind of and you got a red card for that. Now, how do you go off? How do you give that ban now? Because I know it's completely different. One's a slur, one's racial, and that's completely different. Would you ban a player for the whole season if he's being racially abusive to another player?
I mean, I think at some point they do it with fans in stadiums. Like they'll ban a fan from a stadium if they find that he's being racist or whatever. Mm-hmm. So if in comparison to that, it should be the same for a footballer, no?
Yeah. Me personally, I think if someone's being racist towards another player, full on, you could see the lip reading and everything, or you could hear it, you see it. Yeah, give him the ban for the year. But on Jude's level, I know it's a completely different scale. I just wanted to bring that up. One match.
One match?
For that. I don't think Lewandowski's was 3 matches. But one match.
How many did Hansi Flick get for that red card? Was it 2 games?
It might have been 1 or 2.
I think it was 2 games. I think so. But yeah, man, we won't tolerate that in La Liga, Jude. So watch your mouth, man.
Yeah, it's crazy how Madrid fans are now starting to pipe up because a lot of calls are not going their way. In that same match, apparently Vini should have had a penalty, but it was clear that he dived, and it's just crazy. You're telling me that the Spanish Federation hates the regime team from the capital in favor of the Catalan freedom fighters? That's all I gotta say, bro.
Something that did pique my curiosity. I've seen a lot of people saying on Twitter, currently known as X, basically saying, Real Madrid, as big as an institution as they are, they gotta act what they are. They gotta for a club their size, of their stature, they gotta be a little more mature. Is what I'm seeing from fans on Twitter. Bro, act your club size is basically what they're saying. All this complaining about the refs, it's pub side behavior. What do you guys think about that?
Well, we saw the same type of attitude during the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't show up to the Ballon d'Or, man. This is, like you said, an institution, the Real Madrid. And they didn't show up. Not even one person showed face at the Ballon d'Or because, oh, look at it, Vinny didn't win it. Why? They're crying. And now because calls aren't going their way, they're crying again. They love to cry when anything goes their way. But when everything goes their way, they shut up. When everything goes their way, they shut up. When everything goes against their way, they are the loudest in the room. That's how it is.
Reminds me of a couple of fans over
Who?
here. When refs don't go their way. But anyway, yeah, they should be a lot. What was the word you used?
Mature.
Mature. I don't know why I blanked on that, but they should be a lot more mature. But what like big team in the world actually acts like their stature?
I would say Bayern Munich is a top to bottom, respectable, well-run organization all throughout.
Yeah, I could agree. I think that might be like the only one. Like I can't think of another team that's like as mature as a Bayern Munich. Like PSG's not. I'm just gonna go respective leads. PSG's not. From Italy, it would be Inter, Juve, Milan. I don't think so, in my opinion. From the scandals back in the day and how everything worked out, no. I know you guys might say Barca, but Barca's not. Real Madrid's not. England, definitely no team from England, no chance. Like I think it's only Bayern Munich, and that's it. Because I can't think of another thing that acts their maturity, like where they should be.
I mean, like you were saying, and back to what I said, when someone is accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression. Real Madrid are that gifted big kid that's just a whiny kid for no reason, just complains when something doesn't go their way. That's basically Real Madrid. They're spoiled, gifted kid.
That's might be the right analogy. But on the flip side here, are refs too sensitive?
Man, we all know there's very lenient refs that will take anything. They want the game to go on, play. I'm not the main character. You know what? I'll let some tackling go on and I'll let some, something like that happens. But there's also very strict refs that won't let anything go. And unfortunately for Jude, he got a strict ref in his game. And at that point, you as a player have to realize you cannot judge a ref either game. Every game is different. Why are you putting yourself in that position, in any position that can get you into that, red card, yellow card territory? As a player, you gotta be realistic and find out, you know what? I don't know who his ref is. I don't know how he's gonna play. I don't know how he's gonna be in this game. Let me be calm, and then let me just do my thing. So, refs are always gonna be different. There's lenient refs, there's strict refs, and I don't think there's a such thing as too soft. If he wants to give you a red for a foul, let him do it if it's supposed to be. So I don't know. That's what I think.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, you have to base the refs off their strictness. Like all refs are different. They ref differently, especially in Champions League. You're gonna get a guy from Turkey who refs different. Like it's all over the place. But I want to say, when Jude comes back from whatever match ban he gets, if he continues to do the same thing, I feel like you should get a repeat offenders match ban. So if you do it twice, 2 matches. Do it again, 3 matches, 4 matches. Just keep stacking it.
I mean, to be honest, I do like how there's characters in football. Like it's a kind of a show. And if Jude Bellingham wants to be that bad boy character in football, I wouldn't mind it. His saga, his whole journey, his character arc of him being that good boy, goody two shoes. I'm gonna be nice because I'm the face of thing. England, I have good PR, and then he turns into a kind of a bad boy. I wouldn't mind it.
He's in like his teenage years right now, where he's like, "I hate you, mom, f you." Like that's the era he's in right now. Like before, he was like the good kid, like did everything his mom told him to do. Now he's in the teenage years where he doesn't want anything to do with the refs, anything to do with the other team. It's only what he wants, and that's it. So he's in the bratty stage right now.
I see that.
So I was watching the Atleti game on ESPN, and one of the ESPN FC analysts was talking about the Madrid game, and he was saying basically how like that whole Jude situation, how something like that like wouldn't happen back in his day, saying that players, they're not robots, right? Like they're gonna have emotions, they're gonna lash out, but to the extent that he did, maybe a little bit soft for the referee to award a card, but it is in the rules. But to what this guy was saying, like, these players have emotions. They're not just gonna be like, yes, referee, I understand. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna lash out, but to the extent that he did, could have lashed out differently, no?
And I agree with you. But that was back then when there was no VAR, no cameras. There was only one camera that took the whole thing. Bro, back then you could have done whatever you wanted. You could have spit at the ref. You could
No,
have
you
spit
couldn't. You're still gonna
without
ref.
him looking.
Crazy.
Without him looking,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could have went behind him and given him a little, a little sign, done whatever you want.
Yeah, but then the linesman's gonna catch that, bro.
Yeah, line.
But yeah, back then it's like, oh, you don't know. I didn't know. I didn't do that. I didn't do it. So like, but now there's cameras. Now there's videos. Now there's microphones that could pick up your voice. So it's
There's
like
lip readers, bro.
there's legit everything. You can't go and do anything. You can't pick your ass without someone seeing it on the field. So like, I don't know, man. That was back then, and of course it's different now. But I don't think it's too lenient.
But should players not be robots and actually express themselves, like have some kind of emotion to the game?
They
Go
can without swearing at the ref, like using vulgar
Exactly.
language. You could use language that is appropriate.
So what's a way you would have reacted?
Hey, you freaking idiot! I don't know.
That's offensive, bro. Red
Yeah,
card.
I know.
No, that's freaking, bro.
I
It's different.
don't know. Like, it's in the moment. Like, it just happens. Like,
Yeah, it's an emotional thing in the moment.
Yeah.
And it happens.
But that's where you got to learn to like come. Like, you shouldn't just be lashing out like that. If
Well,
you're
guess-
lashing out like that, you're not grown as a. As
You know
a
what? You're
person.
not. You're not a professional.
Not professional. Yeah.
You're not a professional. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Are you a professional on the field? We see it every time where we see two players from opposite teams going at it, putting some legs in, putting a body in. But then after the game, they shake hands and they say, you know what, good game.
Mhm.
You got to be professional in the field. You can't be swearing at the refs. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take it.
I also
Be
feel
professional.
like when Jude does it, it looks like he's belittling the ref.
That's true.
Like he's looking down on him as if he's beneath him.
You
That's
think-
the aura he gives off.
who the fuck are you, mate? You know who I am? Fucking Jude Bellingham, lad.
Gotta bring back
Spot
the
on.
Italian, or I forgot his name.
Pierre Luigi Colina.
Yeah, he's gotta come back out of retirement.
Dude, can you imagine him?
Oh, he'd put Jude in his
be like,
place.
Can you
He'd put Jude in
imagine
his
Vinny
place.
coming up to him?
He'd
Jude
run-
coming up to him?
but
Oh
that's
my
why he had so much
gosh.
respect, because he let the players swear at him, but like he'd give it right back.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give out cards and shit like that. But yeah,
That's
Guys,
that's not a
I rate
robot.
that. I rate
Yeah.
that.
But guys, let us know what you think. Is Jude the most disrespectful player in football? Is he a brat? Are refs too sensitive? Should he have gotten a red card? Should he have not have? Let us know in the comment section. But moving on to another big institution in football, Manchester United, which raises a question for me. Is Manchester United the most cursed institution in football? Because let me preface, they currently sit 15th in the Barclays Premier League.
Wait, say that again?
They currently sit 15th.
crazy.
15th. The Manchester United. 15th following a 1-0 loss to Tottenham. Gary Neville saying Tottenham's a bigger club than Man City. You have Lissandro Martinez fighting Paul Scholes on social media saying, you can't talk any trash. Like, come up to me. Like, those kind of vibes. Talking to a club legend like that. It's like, man, it's just a dumpster fire. Man, guys, has the board failed Amorim? Is it Amorim out already? Like, how can we rebuild Manchester United?
Bro, it's a crazy banter era. Someone said, I can't imagine going through the United banter era. Barca's banter era has been not winning the UCL for 10 years, going completely broke, losing the greatest player of all time, and yet still nowhere near as bad as United's banter era.
I don't think anyone's banter era is anywhere near that banter.
Is it a banter era or like banter decade? Like, I don't
It's
know what it
getting there.
is, man. Like, I think my whole life I've been seeing Man U in banter era.
Nah, chill.
It's legit. Like
I don't
when
know
I
about your whole life, bro.
my young,
Let
How old are you,
viewers
bro?
know how old you are.
How old are you, bro?
I'm almost hitting
20s.
I'm almost hitting 30, and I think my 20s is all banter era of Man United. My whole 20s has been banter of Man United. The last time I've seen them actually do good was,
When they won the UCL, maybe, and then like a couple years after.
jeez, man, seriously. Even winning that Europa League is not good enough for Man United. It's not. It's still banter era for
No,
that.
it's still banter because they're not in the top level.
And that was Mourinho winning that for them. Like, come on.
See, this is what my problem with Amorim is, because we had managers like Mourinho come through, Solskjaer, Ten Hag. They all had shit teams. Like we're like don't get this twisted. Like Amorim has just as shit as a team as all those guys. They didn't have good teams, but they pulled out results that still got them into European football. Amorim can't even get a win. Like this, I know he was like highly praised and everything. He beat Man City twice, once with United, once with Sporting. Ooh, but where's the results now when it matters? You're losing to Spurs, who are like one position higher than you or below you at that point. Losing 1-0, nothing happens. It's not like you have bad players here. You spent a lot of money on Højlund, Xerxes.
Wasn't him though.
It's not him, but he still has these players. Like they brought in De Ligt, who's technically a big center back, like a big name at center back. He's a good center back. He's better than most center backs in the Premier League. Maguire is back in form, which is not saying much, but he's still better than most center backs in the league. Dalot. They have, like, I know I'm naming like mid names, but
Straight mid, bro.
This is not a team that is 15th place. Like, this is still a team that finishes top 10.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the fact that they lost to another banter team, Spurs, that was a banter off. That was to see who the worst team of the league is.
It's a mid off, bro.
That was legit the definition of a mid off.
No, it's lower than a mid off.
Worse. Definition of a banter off. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
For them to lose against such a weak side, and unfortunately they have been cursed with a lot of injuries, especially recently. Amad Diallo, their best player so far, in my opinion, has been injured. I think he's out for the season now, unfortunately. I actually had a lot of stock in him, but what can you do, man?
Another one bites the dust, huh?
Every time I have someone in stocking, they're always cursed. They get
Don't
injured
follow him.
Don't follow me, bro. But I'm 50-50. I blame Amorim. I also don't blame Amorim. Because in the first place, what did Man United do in this winter transfer window? What did Man United do in this winter transfer window for Amorim to get anyone?
They got rid of Anthony.
They got rid of players and they signed no one. Not one single player for him. They signed
Dorgu?
Dorgu.
Oh, Dorgu, yeah.
But like a key player. Like a key player that he wants.
Tough to do that in January.
They didn't sign anyone for him.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of teams signed key players this January.
Yeah, this is
the other side of Manchester signed Omar Marmoush.
Yeah, and a couple $100 more million worth of transfers too.
Yeah, but
Man United have money too.
Yeah.
Do they?
Like,
yes.
I know. I'm gonna go off Juve. We just brought in loans.
Yeah.
Like, why can't and they literally made a difference for Juve, and now they're playing good again.
Bro, ain't nobody trying to play for United nowadays though.
I know that's true, but like loans, they don't have to spend $100 million to bring someone in.
Bro, the problem is not with the coach. It's not with the players. It's with the board, bro.
Obviously,
the reason why you don't see teams like Madrid, like Bayern, like Barca go into like real banter eras is because they're they're fan owned. If United were fan owned, the socios would have got rid of the management a long time ago, which is the thing that can happen at Bayern, Madrid, Barca. They're fan owned. If there's problems, the socios can cast a vote, get rid of management.
Yeah.
Another big thing is I think as well is like with those teams that you just mentioned, they're fan owned and everything, but I think those teams are always 2 steps ahead. Always 2 steps ahead. They're always thinking about, okay, this is what we have now. What can we do, that can propel us for the future? Signing players that are young, bringing players from the academy that are young, especially with Barcelona, right? Man United are in such an era where they're like stuck and they're like in the past. They're trying to pick up, they're behind. Like, oh, what can we do to get to the same level as everyone else? That's my issue with them. And I'm sorry, bro. Like, I understand he has this tactic that he's sticking with, but he sounds just like Postecoglou. They're hard-headed. They don't want to switch anything. Come on, man. When a coach like Mourinho, quality gaffer, one of the best, when he's facing a tough team, he's switching his tactics. A lot of people say he parks the bus, he does this, he counterattacks, but he's playing towards the team that he's facing. Amorim, he sticks to what he does, and yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes you give props to gaffers who can do that, but when you have a team like this, come on, man. Amorim, you have to realize, bro, these players are not it. Stop playing your 3 in the back. Stop playing 5 in the mid. Dalot's not a left mid. You're having freaking other players playing outside of position. Like Man U, I think, are in the worst possible era point of their whole team. Like this is the worst I've seen Man United in a while, man. This is worse than like I've ever seen them in a long time, man. A long time.
I low key think that they're going to be out of the Big Six pretty soon. I know their history, but if they're going to consistently not get into Europe, they're not going to be a Big Six team. There's going to be someone that Spurs might not be either. There's going to be replacements for these teams pretty soon because there's
You have teams like Aston Villa.
Every
Like,
year they've been
So
good.
who's gonna replace Manchester United in the top 6?
Villa, as I said, it could be because see, who knows? Nottingham Forest, if they could bring it back, they have history. If they could bring it back and be good again, easily replace them. But I do want to say, yeah, the board is tough. Ronaldo already exposed them on everything. Being hard-headed for Amorim, we already went over Postecoglou. And I want to say a lot of these managers copy Pep because he keeps his tactics and never changes them. Wrong. He changes them all the time, every game. Sometimes in big games he gets them wrong because he changes these tactics. They don't understand. They think, oh, Pep does the same tactic every game, and this is what I got to do the same tactic every game. No, you got to do what's best for your team in that game. Yes, it's gonna go off the tactic that yours is revolved around, but you got to just make a slight change that would help you go further in that match, which I don't think a lot of these managers understand. I mean, I'm just a regular fan, so maybe they do understand, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like they do.
No, but as an outside person looking in, you can see it. Like Amorim's doing nothing different, man.
Yeah.
Like he's not trying anything new. Like he had a whole bench of young players, bro. You have Casemiro who's got old legs, bro. That guy's not running. If you're gonna go out there, man, go out there and play a young lad. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, risk it, and then next thing you know, you might get another superstar. Like teams do that. Barca's done that. Other teams have done that. Or get a loan player like Juve. Go out and get loans. Like I'm sure, like Juve now have opportunity to get these players signed for an actual contract, for an actual deal, because those players are balling out now. Like Kolomoani. He's actually doing good at Juve now, so he might actually want to stay. So go out and get loans if you can't pay for them. Get these players that help you out. Now they're getting rid of Anthony. And what's Anthony doing at Real Betis?
Balling, bro. 3 games, 3 goals. A couple man of the match awards.
3 man of the matches. I think every single game he's got man of the match. Anthony is balling, and it's the same story with every single player that leaves Man United. They ball out. They leave the team and they go somewhere else, and they're amazing.
Yeah,
It's the same thing. I think Man United is the problem, and until like you said, the board and the real deep part of that team organization is out, they're gonna be the same thing every time.
The funny thing with that is these players that leave and then become good, like even McTominay, like he's probably Napoli's best player. These Man United fans might be a problem as well because every time a player leaves and balls out, they say they weren't good enough for the Premier League. No, like you guys aren't good enough for the Premier League. This is the reason why you're not competing. I know Dan says that a lot. He just wasn't good enough for the Premier League. He can't handle in the Premier League, and he goes off to Serie A and balls up because it's easy. No, he's going to a good team with a good system in place and knows how to play ball. Not United. They stink.
United won't be successful in the near future unless they switch to a fan-owned model. That's what I think.
I don't think it necessarily has to be a fan-owned model.
Yeah, because look at what Barca did. Laporta came in. He presented his 5-year plan, put it into work, pulled a couple levers, and now Barca are not 1 point whatever billion in debt anymore.
Yeah, but like you could look at Real Madrid, who aren't fan-owned.
They are partially fan-owned.
Are they partially? Like how partially? Though?
I don't know how the percentage.
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't hurt. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
but it
hurt.
won't,
It wouldn't hurt
too
if
much
Man
money.
United switched something around
Too much
that's
money's
different
involved.
than just like players and coaches. I feel like every time it's the same thing. Let's get new players, let's get new coaches, and it's the same thing. It doesn't work. So maybe it is something like that. Maybe
They're just
they
trying
have
put
to like
Band-Aids.
do something in the back end where something has to happen, man. Because the whole situation with Man United, even their stadium is breaking down. Everything is just a mess, bro.
It's only downhill. Like they're not gonna get any money from playing Champions League, Europa League, Conference League football. They're gonna finish below what? Maybe 10th? They're not getting money, man. Plus they have a lot of debt they gotta deal with. Player salaries as well too. Like you said, the stadium There's too much going on. It's a slippery slope.
Do you? So these Premier League teams, I don't understand. They make so much money off of viewership, off of like their televised stuff. That's where they make
Broadcasting.
most of their money. Yeah, broadcasting. Like I've seen a stat that the championship teams make more money than the top teams in Serie A.
Yeah.
That was from IFTV posted that. Like that's absolutely insane. Do you think like these broadcasting? I know they make a lot of money off it, but like, should they not be paying these teams like that much? Like they make too much. Like I feel like United doesn't care to get better because they make so much money from broadcasting. Like their owners at least, because their owner, I don't feel like the owner really cares. He's just making money. He just wants to make money.
Well, yeah, the owner owns different teams as well. You know, doesn't own an NFL team and other different things here and there. It's like these guys don't really care, man. They're here for the money, and at that point,
It's an investment.
it's just an investment for them. And unless you get someone that's actually serious and wants to do something with the team and actually has a passion for the team, like you see, what are those guys? The actors.
Oh,
Is it
King
Ryan
guy.
Gosling?
Wrexham.
Wrexham.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds and the other gentleman. Those guys actually care about the team. And until you get someone like that inside or something like that, Man United are never going to be good. They're never going to be back to where they used to be. The good old days.
Okay. One more question for United. When's the next time we see them in a European position?
Oh my gosh. That's a good question.
I don't think for the next 3 years.
By European position, you mean like Conference League as a European
Yeah,
position?
sure.
No. Let's make the question better.
Europa.
When's the next team? Oh my gosh. Sorry. When's the next time will we see Manchester United in the Champions League?
Never.
Nah, never crazy.
I would say 3 seasons.
3?
Champions League?
Yeah.
I'm giving it like 10.
No, because this is how I look at it. Relegated this season.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
Man said relegated.
Season in the championship. They win the championship, back in the Prem, and they come fourth. So
I think
season.
them being relegated is like a 0% chance. The amount of referees that support United is astronomical. There's no way the FA allows that to happen.
Yeah, but bad football trumps all.
Yeah.
Big Six, though.
Did you know that Ruben Amorim has more Sky Sports interviews than wins with Man United?
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Probably has a lot of things more than wins, which is crazy.
I'm gonna say 4
He
to 5
keeps
years.
sitting down with Gary Neville.
Like Gary Neville was such a good manager. He's gonna give him advice.
Yeah, he was amazing at Valencia.
Yeah, he got sacked like 3 weeks in or 3 days in.
But nah, I'm saying like 4 to 5 years, man, until we
think
see
more.
United back in the Champions League.
I think more, man. I think at least 8.
That's crazy.
They like when was the last time they were in Champions League already?
How long were Milan out of the Champions League, like during their banter
Oh, I
era?
have no idea, but it was pretty long. It was probably like what 7 years.
Well, how many years is it so far for Man United? 2
Well,
years? 2 years? 3 years?
No more. Because I think the
When-
year before
they won the Europa
League.
League. They go to
they
Champions
were
League right
in
after that. They win the Europa League. They go to Champions League because they won. The
Okay,
Europa
so that was probably their last year, whatever
Yeah.
year that was.
I
don't
think
know
that was
the year.
maybe 2 years ago. But I agree with you. I think minimum 6 years until I see Man United back in Champions League. I just don't see where they can get the funds, where they can get the players. What's this manager going to do to support you guys thinking they're going to be back in 2 to 3 years? I think minimum 6 years. And I feel bad. You know, I truly do like Man United as a team. You know, they had my boy Antonio Valencia at Man United. So I do have a little soft spot for them. But
They don't
man,
got him anymore.
United are in shambles, man. Guys, let us know in the comments what you guys think about Man United and their whole situation. Are they ruined? Are they getting relegated like what Jay said? Will they make the Champions League in what, 6 years or less? Let me know, guys. Let us know.
One
Down below.
last excerpt. This is from Mirror Football, pretty big publication in the UK. I thought I got sent at first when I was reading this. If you know, you know. But they said Manchester United have been dealt another blow after out-of-favor midfielder Casemiro revealed he wants to stay. So that's just adding insult to injury to United, bro. When the Mirror is clowning you, bro.
Well, I'm sure he does, bro. How much does he make, man?
Yeah, he probably makes so much.
Again, like this guy rather be sitting on the bench. I would too, man. Like,
He
come
knows
on,
he
man.
sucks now.
But that's disgusting journalism, though, bro. Like, who co-signed on that?
That's funny though. They probably got a lot of clicks on that.
Look, I want to talk about another big club,
Yes, sir.
AC Milan. I have a bone to pick with AC Milan.
Okay.
Another massive club made a couple acquisitions this January window. We're talking Joao Felix. We're talking Santi Jimenez. They have a nice little quartet front four. You know, on paper it's marvelous. You know, it's Rafa Leao, it's Joao Felix, it's Santi Jimenez. Ballers, man. But look, they were disgusting against Feyenoord. Awful. They only lost 1-0, but they were awful. Rafael Leao is currently being heralded as the laziest player in football history because he does not run for his team. And Joao Felix, what does he even do? What does he do? What position does he play? Like, he plays 2 good games for every new team he comes to and then sucks the rest of the games. What is up with AC Milan? Tell me, what are your guys' thoughts on these new signings? Like, they're sitting 7th in Serie A right now. Obviously, you know, playing against Bayern again this week in the Champions League. But man, can these new acquisitions work for AC Milan? Like, do we see them killing it? You know, can they finish in a CL spot? Because on paper, they have good players. We're talking about Tijani Reindeers. Like, Tijani, man, he might be one of the sickest midfielders in Europe. And it's like, man, like, what? Okay, what do you guys think about Rafa Leao and Joao Felix? Just let me know.
Joao Felix, man, biggest trick in football. Generational trick, man. He fleeced freaking Atleti. He fleeced Chelsea. He's fleecing Milan now. He don't do nothing, bro.
It was good for you guys, though.
Bro, like a couple games here and there, but it's the same thing. He'll play nice, like 1 or 2 games, and after that, you're just annoyed with him because it doesn't look like he cares. Like, he's not moving out there. Like, his body language is so unresponsive. Like, I don't get what Felix does. What does he do on the pitch? What's he there for?
Man, I don't blame the guy that he doesn't care, man. Like, when he's at Chelsea, this guy got barely any minutes, bro. He's with freaking all the boys. What are they called again?
Mandem FC?
He's with Mandem FC, bro. These guys not gonna find any time there. But the one time where I think he actually fits perfectly in a team is this Milan team. I think at that 10 position where he's playing right now, where he can free roam, that's the position I always thought he was best at. At Barcelona, he was playing as a left wing, doesn't suit him. At Atletico Madrid, defensive team, didn't suit him. Chelsea, too many players, not enough playing time. Where is he going to play anyways? Doesn't suit him. This is the best position in his career that he's at. And I think you just got to give him time, man. Give this guy some time. Again,
tricking you, man.
No.
Tricking you, bro.
He's still young.
Tricking like these shorties do, bro.
No. We see the talent. There is talent there. And you can't lie. Don't shut it.
Don't shut it.
Trick you.
No,
man.
shut it. Because there's clearly talent with this player. It's just he needs those supporting cast and that time. This gaffer actually sees something in him. Clearly, because he's playing almost 90 minutes every game. And he's done what he's supposed to be doing already. He's been scoring, assisting. I think Milan are going to do really well. I think Milan are going to do really, really well in the upcoming years, upcoming seasons, because this team right now is looking nice, man.
Bro,
really, really looking nice.
There's one way to describe Joao Felix. The idea of Joao Felix, greater than sign Joao Felix. That's the best way to describe him. Because the idea of Felix being in your team, he could play as a 10, he could be a false 9, play off the striker, blah, blah, blah. Good at dribbling, good in the pockets. But when it comes down to it, he don't do it. Simple.
So you don't think Joao Felix is the next Kaká?
No, bro.
That's crazy.
Bro, he had that conversation with him for that Adidas, like, whatever thing, like, that little phone call. And, like, bro, everyone was convinced, like, Kaká was passing on the torch, this and that. Like, it's like that movie with KD where we gave his powers to that one kid. Same thing, bro. Like, people thought Joao Felix was going to have Kaká's powers, but no. He ain't nothing like him. He just look kind of like him. That's it.
Nah. You can't lie, though. There's some comparisons, in my opinion, that I can see what people are saying about that, man. He's got the pace. He's got the flair. He's got the shooting. He's got the passing. I see it, man. I see it a bit. You just got to give him time. He's still young.
Yeah, get your glasses on, boy. Get your glasses on,
Bro, man.
Joao Felix hasn't been good since he was at Benfica when he was 18
No, he was good at Barca.
for a couple of games.
No, he was good for like 10
Yeah,
games.
he was good at Barca.
Bro, the craziest thing I've seen, this is from Gazzetta dello Sport, so, something, kind of trustworthy. Apparently, AC Milan may be willing to sell Leao or Teo in order to fund a permanent deal for Felix? What are they smoking, bro?
Honestly,
Bro, what's Zlatan smoking over there?
lose,
Come on.
lose Leao, man. I think he's just gonna hinder them. But I know a lot of you guys are going off the Feyenoord loss, but if you watch them this weekend, the four of them, they absolutely balled out. Like
Yeah.
Jimenez scored his second goal in 2 games. Felix played well. Pulisic was good. Leao was creating. If they could bring that into a Champions League match and get the world to see how good the four of them could be, then hey, you might have to keep Leao and Felix somehow, and maybe get rid of Teo, because I don't. If I have to get rid of one, I think of Teo.
I agree.
What?
Teo does not. He doesn't fit the 4 because now he has less space to move up. Because Leao's not pushing into the middle, because Jimenez and Felix are taking over that spot now. And Teo's just kind of a defender. That's why Walker kind of fits, because he's just like a hang back right back. He's not going to push up too much. He's just going to try creating from the back. Teo has to have that space and literally just bring the ball all the way down the field. Like he sprints through the whole field pretty much sometimes. That's who's going to go to keep Felix, if they do keep Felix. But this 4 will end up working. No, they will not make Champions League this year, but I do think next year they will have a very good team.
I'm gonna ride that same wave as you, Spatty. I really do like this team.
Else, bro.
Hey, I really do like this team. I actually do think Theo kind of does fit, but I agree with you. He's the first one in my books to let go if you had to let go of someone to keep Joao, because I think Joao and Leao, look at that, Joao Leao, fit really nice together, plus the other supporting cast. But having, Teo on the left side and having Walker on the right side, they can really work well, because Teo's always making those runs up, and you have the pace of Walker when there's a counterattack. So I'm telling you right now, man, Milan is back. This is the Milan team that people have been waiting for. Milan fans have been waiting for. And me, just as a supporter of football and calcio, I've been waiting for Milan to come back, because they're my team in calcio and Serie A. And I love seeing this team just ball out. They have so much history, Champions League history, Serie A history, and when Leao's smiling, I'm smiling, man.
He's always smiling. I'm going to call it now, though. Milan probably beat Feyenoord by 2.
I agree. I think they'll be Feyenoord for sure.
I think it's not going to be a walk in the park, but I think it's going to be by 2.
No, I think, again, like you said, it was one of the first games where Santiago Jimenez was playing. And Joao Felix. Like, those are you go in a big game like that, Champions League in your first game, against a team that, like, Feyenoord, like, I know they have a lot of quality, but they're defending the whole game. They're parking the bus the whole game.
They're
countering, which is smart. That's what you do against a big team like Milan. But, like, I think it's at this game they're going to really, pick up their
They're going to park again because they're up.
Yeah, 100%. But I think Milan are going to pick up their step, switch to the next gear, second gear, and they're going to come up on top. I think so.
Second gear, that's slow.
5th gear, 6th gear then,
There
just
you
for
go.
you.
Bro, this whole Felix situation reminds me of when Inter signed Gabigol. Inter thought, Brazilian striker, we got another Adriano, we got another Fenomeno. He's got goal in his name. He's going to be nice. Meanwhile, Felix, he looks like Kaká. He got the Kaká FaceTime call seal of approval. He's going to be nice. Same thing is going to happen. He's going to fade out. He's going to sizzle. He ain't going to do nothing, bro.
Yeah, but like...
How much you want to bet on that?
What are the metrics?
Let's go GA.
Okay,
GA of Joao the rest of the season.
Okay, put a number.
What does he have now? 2, 3 GA?
Don't ask me.
I think he has 3 GA.
Let's check it.
Because you got to know how many games are left. There's like...
That's why. But I think
You're going all...
I want to do some bet with you, because I think you're underestimating Joao
If he gets
heavily.
If he gets over 12 GA end of the year, all comps.
Something like that, because, like, there's half the season left.
That's a good season. If he gets... Because he only played half a
Yeah,
season.
12 GA
He
is
has
good.
0 goals, 0 assists right now for Milan in the Serie A.
All comps.
He might have 0-0.
No,
But
he, has
he
2
does
goals.
create. He creates. He's like, if it was...
no.
If this, if
Why?
this-
Why?
0-0,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, it's
Didn't he
probably 0-0.
score?
No.
He scored twice, didn't he?
When? I don't even know what you're talking about.
He scored a goal in his debut.
No,
Where he
didn't.
chipped the goalie. Joao Felix, yes.
Oh, he scored. It was a cup game.
Was that cup
Copa
game?
Italia or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's got 10 GA, bro.
Okay, 10 GA.
Okay, go do 10.
We'll do 10 GA then.
10's nothing,
Okay,
bro.
do 12. I think
Okay,
12 is
12
fair.
GA.
15.
No, 15.
15! You're crazy. That's how.
Bro, you're saying, Joao Felix, he's going to turn this team
Oh,
around.
I'm not saying he's the next wonder kid or the next one up, but he's going to be better than what you think. You
Bro,
think he's going to
15
do nothing.
should be standard for an attacking player in an attacking
half the season?
system.
Bro,
Half
that's
the
like 10
season-
assists, 5 goals.
That's half the
Light
season.
work.
And then you're also sharing with 3 other attackers.
Yeah, you got.
Everybody got to eat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, 12 G is
That's why it's
good.
gonna be hard. I think 12 is even.
Let's go at 13.
Okay, 13 then. 13
So-
GA, 20
What happens?
bucks.
What happens if it gets like he gets exactly 13?
So 13.5.
So you're 13 point. You're over 13, and if it's 13, he wins.
No, I'm saying
Oh, no,
under.
no, no.
I'm saying under 13.5.
Yeah, never mind. It's the other way around. So if he has to get 4,
No.
why don't you do 12.5?
12.5 then.
Okay, fine.
12.5. 20 bucks.
Sure.
Deal.
Spit
Shake on it.
shake, spit shake. Wait, go on camera.
It's on camera.
No, it's not.
Okay, come here. There you go.
That's a weird shake, man.
Whose
There you
hand
go.
was that? That was not my hand. I
Yeah,
gotta write
man.
that down.
I rate
Interesting.
you out, man. You guys are just sleeping, man. You guys are
Interesting
sleeping.
bet, gentlemen. I love the idea of AC Milan too. I love the history of the club. I love the team on paper. Like I said, I love Johnny Reindeers. Like I love the idea of Leao. He's a fun, exciting, quick, enthusiastic player. Joao Felix was one of my idols growing up. He was the GOAT of my generation.
Idols is
He was the
crazy.
GOAT 99 growing up. So I always had a lot of respect for him. He was the GOAT of my footballing class. So yeah, and obviously Pulisic, North American baller, man. So I want them to do well, but man, Leao is the laziest player in football history.
Yeah, he's pretty lazy.
It might be football history. Anyways,
Mario Balotelli plays tennis.
anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think in the comments. Is AC Milan back? Is Leao lazy? Will this quartet work? Could they win Champions League? Could they make Champions League for next season? Let us know. But guys, I think that's gonna wrap us up for today. That is gonna wrap us up for today. This was an enthusiastic, fun, energetic chat. It made me smile. It made me cry. And there was
What are you crying for?
of laughter.
Maybe laugh.
Okay,
There were
okay.
so many good moments. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I had a fun time. What did you guys think?
It was pretty bad. I hated it. It was a good podcast, man. We had some. It's because I feel like a lot has been happening. Like there's a lot of teams playing shit. A lot of players, new players that are starting to ball out, starting to play shit. You know, a lot's happening.
Yeah. I
It's
agree.
after the transfer window.
Yeah, I had fun.
Damn, bro. This guy's
Guys, shout out everyone who tunes in on YouTube, on audio platforms, even for staying till the end. Caesar, I know you're listening till the end right now. Big shout out to you. Shout out Diogo. I know you're listening to the end. So shout out to you guys, man, and all the other listeners and viewers, man. Shout out to you guys, and let us know you're tapped in. Send us messages so we know, so I can shout you out.
Guys, I'm setting up a GoFundMe for Juve to sign Vega. Let me know if you're in to pay, and we're gonna get him on Juve.
What's the
That's
GoFundMe
crazy.
set at?
50 million.
Damn. Wait, how much did you contribute?
I have $4 in there right now.
Nice.
I'm gonna put more in. Don't worry.
About to make it 0 after I report the
my
page.
But yes, guys, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And
Let us know what else. Let us know what else you guys want to see from us. And as always, guys, we the culture. Ciao, lads.
The culture, man. Peace.
see you, fellas.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Let's go, Barca, bro. Back to number 1. Vamos!